Here's the downspout, right? See it back here? When you get your plants, you can take them and move them into bigger containers. And we did this on the show last night. So you've got all that. You can harvest that and use that just as it is, or you can pull some of these plants out, and I'll show you that in a minute, and we'll plant them out into a bigger container. And this radish has been here about a little over 3 weeks, so we're just going to keep putting nutrients in here and see how far it'll go. So those are all the adapters, right? This is how they work. Now, doing this whole system, I call it the continuous harvest system. Is we going over and we grow microgreens. We have those on hand all the time. Lots of people, they don't even grow a garden, they grow microgreens. You grow some greens that you can eat in 7 to 10 days, and they've got more nutrients than their mature counterparts. The thing is, you got to eat a whole lot of them. So we keep them growing all the time, and then what we do is we take some, we're going to plant some out. That'll be in 1 minute. Then after we plant it out, those are growing. When some of them go to the baby green stage, which you saw up here, we'll harvest some of that and we'll let some go to the mature stage, and then we'll keep the cycle going over and over, so we always have things going. So this is how quick it is to do one of them. I don't usually do just one. I do 6 at a time, and I'll do it in less than 20 minutes. So if you think like it's a lot of work, we'll clean them out, wash them out, have these ready. I'll go out in the morning, got my coffee, little birds are singing and that, relaxing, and I'll start putting these together, especially if I'm doing like all tatsoi. You know, it's even quicker. Sometimes I'll do a tatsoi, amaranth, basil, you know, do a couple different ones. Might take a little longer, but it's just a couple minutes. It's just that quick. Then you just want to take that and put that to the side. How easy was that? Here's the downspout, right? See it back here? When you get your plants, you can take them and move them into bigger containers. And we did this on the show last night. And I just use a pool noodle. So let me show you, this is not a difficult process. We'll put one together real quick. I did that one with kale. All we're going to do is take this, our nutrient solution, I'm going to fill it up between 1/2 and 3/4. And I like to keep mine at that level after that. So don't let this get all the way dry and fill it all the way back up. When you first put your microgreens in here, like we're going to do, this thing can sit for about a month and you won't have to do anything to it. So it doesn't use hardly any water. You can see that wasn't even a gallon, right? So we've got 5 of these. This is what I started using. It's a pool noodle. Now you can use something called a hydroponic cloning collar. They just cost more. And when I first started out, I didn't have a whole lot of money, so I used a pool noodle. My wife looked at it and said, hey, that looks like it's about the same size as the cloning collars you're using. And these came out to like 2 cents a piece. Back when they were $1, they're $1.25 now, right? I just get one of these long blades, and I just cut it like this. What do we got? 5 holes, so I'm going to cut 5 of them. Alright, how easy is that? Then I come by, and I just cut a little notch out of it, a little wedge, just like that. So we got like Pac-Man, right? And this wedge fits in the middle. Now you're going to see that there's still a little bit of light you can see through there, right? That's where your plant's going to go. If you get this so big that there's no room and you're squashing it, you don't want to squash your plants. Alright, so let's cut a couple of these and just have these ready. This is what I do, like when I'm planting out the microgreens. If I'm transferring my plants that day, I just sit and get these ready. All right, now we're gonna do, we'll take our dino kale like we did before. All right, see right here? You see where we pulled some out? That's where we pulled some from that. So what we do is we keep doing this. We might come through and harvest this. If I have a salad tomorrow, I want some kale, microgreens, I just come in and grab this and cut these off. Or I can pull them up and just trim the roots off. So watch this. We're gonna take 2. All right, guys, ready? See that? And because it's cracky, you don't have to worry about any debris on here. But even if it went into regular hydroponics, there's no soil on there. There's nothing that's going to clog up your system, right? But with this, all we're going to take, I like to put 3, 4, 5. I don't count. I like to just take it easy. Some people stress out and they put just 1 or 2 or 3. I grab a little pinch, it might be 2 or 3 of them, because you can go back in later and you can thin them out. If you're going to grow these out to full size, you're probably going to want to only have 1 or 2 or 3 plants into something this big. So you start growing it like this, like baby greens, and you can harvest it along the way and then leave 1 or 2 plants and it'll grow even bigger. Or take those as they get a little bigger and then transfer it into an even bigger container. But that's it. How easy is that? And what I do is I put it in there, pull it back out so I can see if the roots are touching the water. Once I know it is, I just put it in there and we're just going to keep on. Can you guys see this here? So just grab a couple of them. If you grab too many, divide those up. Right? This one's going to go in here. Now I know this doesn't have anything to do with our adapters that we're going to be selling, but the adapters are the basis to get this started so you can get this process going. So I want to show y'all, giveaway, I want to show y'all what you can do with it. You're not growing just microgreens. You're doing the continuous harvest system where you're going to have a lot of food growing all the time. Grab a couple of these that fell. So you guys can see I just planted this out, right? This is going to grow just like you saw in there where you see a bunch of microgreens. You can see there's not much of a difference here, right? Because we're only taking 5 times 3, 15 to 20 plants. And there's literally hundreds and hundreds of kale plants in this bowl right here. So there, we just did this. And if you guys keep an eye on that, you probably saw it a little while ago. See right there? We didn't take a whole lot out of there, right? We still got a whole lot back in there that we can plant out. You can see the little true leaves are starting to come in. Awesome.